Hi everyone, my name's Colette Rodrigo. Welcome to Colette's Thermi Kitchen. Tonight I'm whipping up a lovely lunch, just mainly for myself. Andrew's having something else.
Lunch?
Oh, dinner time. Yeah, well, something light. But you'll notice there's no Thermomix in view. No Thermomix, where are you? But that's okay.
There it is.
Because this is a really lovely little standby for you to have handy, using two of my favorite Thermomix staples that I always have on hand. The first one is caramelized onions. You can make these in the TM6 and they are so delicious. Just have a look at those. So basically they are sauteed at high temperature, and then we add some balsamic to it, so it's got a beautiful tang. I love them on pizzas and sandwiches, on burgers. So a real staple that I always have in the fridge. And the other staple I have in the freezer, and we've done this on a live, so check back on my lives if you're not sure how to make it, is some quick puff pastry. So those are the two Thermomix items that I am using tonight. Now, I just want you to have a look. So this is pastry has been frozen, but can you see all the little flecks of butter in there? You know this is going to be amazingly tasty and flaky. Nothing beats the puff pastry in the Thermomix. It's super easy and super yum. So remember, we want to work fairly quickly. We want to keep things cold with the pastry. So I'm just going to cut off enough basically for a little guy. So I think a third of that will be plenty. So I'm going to pop that out on my board, and the rest of this I'm just going to pop back in the fridge right now, and then that's going to keep nice and cold for another project. Yay! Okay, so pastry is here. All I need to do, I am going to put a little bit of flour down on my thermomat because we're working with puff pastry and it's quite a warm evening. So just starting in the middle, rolling out. So I want to roll it out to a rectangle, just a little rectangle. That's about right. Okay, maybe just a tad. Yeah, that's looking good. So remember my little cheat when you're doing your rough pastry, and also when you are, well, actually making any pastry, but also for a project like this. My kitchen ruler, I use that to tidy up my sides. Beautiful. So I have now a lovely rectangle, which is exactly what I want for this project. Now what I need to do is I'm going to score about 1-2 centimeters in, and I'm not going all the way to the bottom. I'm going to rotate that and score all the way down here, right into where I ended off, and the last score. So I'm creating like an inner border. Now what's important is that inner border, you dock it. So popping a fork in to dock that. We don't do that to the outer portion. That's perfect. And now we're going to fill this little tart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all add in some balsamic. So this little savory tartlet, you can use whatever you happen to have in your fridge. So as I said, this is my staple. The recipe is on cookidoo. Just follow that recipe. As I said, it is a TM6 because it does need the high heat to actually sear and sizzle and get these beautiful caramelized onions the way we love them. So beautiful. Yeah, so good. And then to that, I am going to actually just first of all transfer this to an oven tray, just to make it easier. So let me just quickly pick that up, drop that down. That's absolutely fine. Now, on top of that, what I like to add is I always like to add a bit of cheese. So I've just crumbled in here just a little bit of blue cheese. There's no real measurements, but I'll put a recipe card up for this for you tonight. So I've got a bit of blue. I love Castello Danish blue. This is one of our favorites, and this is what I use in our buffalo wings and our cheese sauce. Andrew loves this and I love it too. Beautiful cheese. But you can put feta in there, cheddar, whatever you happen to have in the fridge. Now in terms of the creamy substance, I've got a little bit of sour cream that I just need to use up, so I'm going to add some of that in here. That's perfectly fine. You could use cream, you could definitely use creme fraiche, whatever you happen to have. And I probably in this small one will just want a little bit of an egg, not too much. Probably half an egg will be fine. And I'm going to just mix these together. Nice. Now I'm not putting these in the Thermomix to mix them because I do like the cheese a little bit chunky. That's perfect.
So this will go in the oven, will it?
This is going to go into the oven and it's going to be baked. So I'm just going to now, in that inner circle, I'm going to pop down this mixture.
Is the oven on?
The oven is on and it's on at 220 fan force, so nice and high, because we want our pastry to flake up beautiful. So we want to make sure we're getting it on the inside, not on the outside. Keep it all in that triangle. That's looking great.
Rectangle.
Oh, rectangle. Gosh, Andrew, what would I do without you?
See, people, you see what I've got to put up with?
Yeah, all this lovely food. All right, now just to finish that off, what I want to do is I'm going to just top on that a few grapes, because the grapes will be just beautiful with that blue cheese.
Really? Even baked grapes?
Oh, yum, yep. And I've got a lovely fig here, so I'm just going to tear some of this, just a little bit, and I'm going to eat the rest. I'm going to put some of this on as well. It's going to be so
You do love your figs, don't you?
I do love my figs. And I've got a little bit of thyme, so that's going to be lovely. Just a few little sprinklings of thyme on here. And then we are about ready to rock and roll, guys. A little bit more thyme, because whatever herbs you like, but thyme is such a beautiful, beautiful herb. Now, what we want to do is we want to give the outer edge now a little bit of special treatment. And with my lovely soft paintbrush, I'm just going to, just on the edge, wash that.
So is that just egg or egg and milk?
This one is actually just egg this time. You usually add the milk in, or even a bit of water into your egg wash, because it helps it to flow better. Excellent. So that's my little tart done, and that will go into the oven for about 20 minutes and it will be puffed up and beautiful. And of course I have done one already to show you, because I know you like to see those end results. So that's going into the oven. Just bear with me 1 second, get this in. You don't want them hanging around. 220. Excellent. So this is the one that I did earlier. This is the one for my dinner tonight. And you can see the pastry is amazing. It's just so, so yummy. So there we go. Beautiful slice of tart. So I'm going to just serve this up. Oh, get the pig off the top. And what I've got here is a nice bowl, so I'm just going to transfer a piece of that. And I'm just going to serve this with a simple salad. And I've had a few people say to me, what's my favorite salad dressing? So my go-to salad dressing, in any jar that you have left over, I've got 3 tablespoons of olive oil, whatever your favorite olive oil is. Make sure it's extra virgin, because you want the best quality, because this is a raw taste, it's not being cooked down. And to that I like to add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and keeping it nice and simple, half a teaspoon of Dijon, and some salt and pepper. Now I also had about 1/4 teaspoon of sugar in there, because I do like a little bit of sugar added. So some salt and some pepper is going in. And I like to use white pepper, as you probably already know. Salt is going in. And then the lid is going on. And then shaking it. And then, most important, taste it. So this should be exactly as I like it, because I do it so often. Lovely. Now, if it's too tangy for you, add a little bit more sugar. If it's too sweet for you, add a little bit more vinegar. That's just perfect. So my little salad I've got tonight, I've just got some mixed bean sprouts, cucumber, all those basic garden kind of vegetables, a little bit of spring onion, pouring some of that on top. And the only way to dress your salad, my hands are very clean, so you know what's coming, guys, is to get in there with your hands and toss. Seriously, I don't know what it is, but it tastes so much nicer. So into my little bowl, and that is what I call my Thermomix Staples Quickie. Simple little savoury tart, and an absolutely beautiful salad. Simple, quick. So have things like your puff pastry in the freezer. I normally have about 3 lots always in the freezer. Sausage rolls, pies, so many things you can make with it. Recipes on cookidoo. And the caramelized onions, I always have a jar of those in the fridge. Perfect for so many things. So let's have a little taste, because it's all about the taste. So it's so flaky. Oh my gosh. Can you see how flaky that pastry is? It's delicious. Mmm. Yum. The grapes add a beautiful sweetness to it. Mm. I know. You know, the other thing, and Andrew will attest to this, when I go out...
Not necessarily, but go on, try me.
When I go out, I love to eat salad with my fingers. I love to... It tastes so much better. But anyhow, have a go. Fill it with whatever you want, but kind of follow those rules. And you've got a really beautiful, delicious lunch, or in my case, dinner tonight. So that's me for now. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow with something else. My name is Colette Retriever. Bye for now. This is so good. Yum.
Go on,
Love it.
cut into it again.
Oh, seriously, Andrew, it's amazing. I love the grapes and the blue cheese. Mm. Oh my goodness. Love.